Hello, Art 102, Section 21. This is week 2. Welcome to week 2. You made it. I'm going to talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing this week. You are going to be doing 2 more lessons in Photoshop just to learn the basics of layers and to learn the basics of making selections. Down here is another area which is not part of any video. The video here that Adobe provides is pretty good, but it's not as thorough as I would like. And the thing about selections is that there's just a lot to them. I would like everybody to know that there's more than one selection tool. Some of them are the marquee tool, the lasso tool, and the magic wand, and the quick selection. If you click and hold on a tool in Photoshop, so say we're here, if you click and hold here, all these other kinds of tools show up. So for the selection tools, I can make a circle, I can make a rectangle. We are in the marquee tool, shortcut key M. Lasso tool, if you click and hold, there's a few different kinds of lasso tools. The polygon one, which allows you to kind of create a hinge, and the freeform one, and the magnetic one. In here we have the quick selection, magic wand, and you should also have a another, I think it's smart selection tool in Adobe CC. So those are 3 kinds of selection tools. I want everybody to know that there are different kinds of selection tools. You can use selection, you don't have to only use one selection tool. You don't have to only use the lasso. You can use them one after the other. After you watch the video in Adobe website, you should know more about selections, but they don't really say that you can use the marquee. I can go up here and click Add to selection, and then I can actually use the lasso tool to add to the selection, so I can have something more like geometric and then add something more organic there. I could also use the subtract here and cut out of a selection that way, and I can cut out of a selection. So I'm minusing, I have the circle, and you can cut in, right, with the circle there. Alright, so just please read this and follow along in Photoshop with it. You need to know select inverse, select all, and select modify. I'll talk about those a little more later. But please read this and follow along in Photoshop. I'm going to introduce the first exercise this week, which is to create a mythological creature using the Art Museum website. So I want everyone to click on this link. You're going to be redirected to this website. And here you're going to be choosing a background for your exercise. I'm going to show you some examples of this exercise. If you click on this text, it takes you to the exercise here, which explains all the parts and shows you some examples. This is going to be due Monday, September 14th, and you're going to upload it to Canvas. So you're just going to upload it down at the bottom here. There's an area for you. There should be an area to upload your work at the very bottom of the assignment. So All right, let's look at some student work. you are creating a mythological creature as a photo collage, and the background is going to be a piece of artwork that is in the LaSalle Art Museum collection. So these are some examples. Anything really goes. I want you to combine at least 3 parts together to make this mythological creature. Here we have a girl's head, a body, and the mermaid, right? A fox with a tiger, a squirrel, a winged squirrel, a baby dog lemur, a horse butterfly, this was like some kind of god, I think. I think this is like a cow, maybe. This is a dolphin that is very dressed up with some traveling eye goggles. He's a time traveler, and he time traveled himself into this time, so he's from the future. So I want you to combine you're going to be kind of collaging stuff together, and you should really think about the name of your creature. What's the story? What's the function? Something behind just random things together. What is the artwork that you're using from LaSalle? When was it made? And the location and the country that it was made in. So let's look at saving files and opening them up into Photoshop. So say I want my background to be a waterfall. I want my creature to exist in a waterfall. So I've already got this is an engraving, and it's from Joseph Farrington, and it's English, it's from England. So I'm going to click on it. I can right click and I can say save as. I recommend that you make a folder, so I'm going to go to my desktop. I'm going to say new folder, mythological creature. I have to say it's already there, okay, and then this is my waterfall, so I know what it is. It's a JPEG. I can say save. So the first step is that you're just going to be kind of like researching photos. Here's another waterfall. This is a watercolor. That's exciting, and it's William Payne, who's English. So let's save that one. That looks nice. All right. I'm going to call this waterfall 2, and I'm going to save it. Now I'm going to start thinking about my creature. I can also pick from from images in the museum too. All right. So I want a lion head. So I like this one. So this is a brass sculpture from India. Let's save that one. And, oh, this is cool. It has the side view. Okay. All right, so that's good. And then here's another interesting one. Look at the background here. It's going to be pretty simple to remove the background because it's against white. So think about that as you're collecting images. Think about what orientation your creature is in. Is it 3/4? Is it profile? Is it front? Because you need to collage things together and they should kind of try to match. So for this one, I might want to try to find, if I'm going to keep the head of this lion, and then I'm going to add a body to it, I want to find a body that's straight on because this head is straight on. So that is something that will help you when you're collaging stuff together. So I want a lion head with a hummingbird body. So I just went to Google Images, and I'm going to do hummingbird. Here's a little tip for you. When you go to search, there's some things up here. Let's go to Tools, let's go to Size, and I'm going to say Large. This is only going to give me larger size JPEGs, which is going to be easier to put it all together in Photoshop. If you have a tiny little small file, you can't work with it very well. I can also say if I want a profile of the hummingbird, which means that I'm looking at it this way, or I can say a full frontal. So use these words as you're searching. This is cool. I think this would match my lion head. So I'm going to save this one. Just right click and let's say hummingbird, and I want the body of it. So I remember, this is nice too. I have some different variety. So get yourself a lot to work with, and then you can all put it together and decide if, you know, maybe one wing works but the body doesn't. So more is better here. Okay, that's good enough for now. I'm going to go ahead and stop this video. Now you know how to go to your first part, which is getting some photos. You're going to save them into a folder. You need to get a background from the LaSalle website. And that information is right here. LaSalle website, Google search, you can combine things together. The background should be a piece of art from the LaSalle Museum collection. So I'm going to stop, and then in the next video you're going to learn how to take all the files and put them together in Photoshop.